So then I said, no one's going to listen to a song called Old Clown Road. That's ridiculous. And he was like, well, what am I going to call it then? You know what Lil Nas X sounds like? He's from Liverpool. What am I going to call my song? And I was like, I don't know, call it like Old Town Road or something. And he's like, that gives me an idea. And then he goes away and just makes a song called Old Town Road. Gives me no credit. Yeah, it's like I was saying to Jay, Z, it's really annoying. Like, put my name on it at least, but you know, I digress. Anyway, I've got to do this stupid news show. Logan Paul is under fire for exploiting the death of his dog. Coachella came around again, and so did the wild YouTuber outfits. Flashback Mary also made a return at Coachella, once again striking James Charles. And of course, it's the return of YouTuber Watch. Who will it be this week, Dan Howe? All this plus I'll fight your dad on this week's edition of YouTuber News. Hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, and brought to you by Pop Buzz. The only website with any goddamn respect around these parts no more. None of these websites ain't got any respect but popbuzz.com. Our first story, Logan Paul is under fire for supposedly exploiting the death of his beloved dog Kong, which was mauled to death by a coyote. Yeah, so very sad story. This was a very cute little dog, beloved Paul family pet, and it was killed by a wild coyote, a very sad occurrence. But Logan Paul, as we all know, has often struggled with what many of us would call, you know, basic human emotions, and so his reaction to this was unorthodox. Logan started by making a video about losing his dog, which, you know, okay, technically is monetizing the death of the dog, but hey, the guy's lost a dog, he's allowed to make a bit of money, okay? You know, people grieve in different ways. The thing that really got people's attention was when he posted a Twitter poll saying coyote diss track, asking people to vote on whether he should do a diss track about the coyote that mauled his beloved dog to death. I guess it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Pet Exploitation Moment of the Week. Hi, welcome to Pet Exploitation, whatever I said the name of this was. What kind of pet exploitation has happened this week? Well, Logan Paul wants to do a diss track against the wild coyote that killed his dog. Seems pretty cold, seems like some pet exploitation of the week. And the Pauls have not got a great history with animals. Of course, he actually tased a rat once. I think it was a dead rat, but no, don't worry, we're just talking about Brexit. yeah, boring, right? Yeah, I actually tased a rat once, which is, you know, pretty sad. Okay, you can listen again. This has been Pet, whatever the name of this segment is. It just goes to show that the old folk saying is true. If a coyote kills your dog, don't make a rap video about the coyote. Just feel sad about your dog, please. Just process that normally, please. Second story, are you going to Coachella? Well, some people did, and they didn't wear very many clothes, and we're going to cover that as if it's news now. Yeah, so Tana Mongeau went to Coachella, so did James Charles, so did the Dolan twins, Emma Chamberlain, all the YouTubers, they were in Coachella, and all of them were in various states of undress, and we are going to cover this now, and we're going to look at pictures, and then we'll all move on with our lives, and don't feel guilty about it, because hey, you're just watching, I'm actively making this content. So without much further ado, let's dive in! First up, we've got James Charles, who was looking pretty cheeky at this year's Coachella, leaving very little to the imagination on his sister South. Got his bum out, look at it. Look at his cheeks. And speaking of cheeky, Tana Mongeau found that her trousers were a Tana no-show. They didn't show up because, hey, look over there, you'll find that it's bare. And hey, we're used to seeing stars at Coachella, but also, separately, she was wearing a star-shaped bra, and it was very small, and good for her, like, you know, do what you want to do, it's her body. And the Dolan twins also wore clothes. And I don't know much about fashion, but I'll tell you this, that right there, that's fashion. Ethan and Grayson, more like Dolce and Gabbana. I don't know about you, but am I at Coachella or am I at the catwalk at a fashion week? And actually, thinking about it, do I want to be at the catwalk or do I want to be at the rat walk? And I think I know the answer. And next up on the rat walk, we've got Mr. Rat. Beautiful collection this year. To conclude, what have we learned today? There were some people. They had outfits. Next story. Our third story, and let's not leave Coachella just yet. Hold on to your wristbands because there's actually more Coachella news. Flashback Mary made a return haunting James Charles yet again, but this time she's got a bit of a YeeHaw flavor. And in honor of that, I'm gonna do this entire story in YeeHaw. Well. I heard you 9-year-olds want to hear a little story about Flashback Mary. Boy howdy. Flashback Mary is a phenomenon where camera flash bounces off your face and creates a ghostly white effect. White as the moon, shining down on a field of white horses. There was once a young boy by the name of James Charles. A young boy with one of the smoothest behinds I ever seen in my life. He's coming around this here Coachella and he's got a bunch of makeup on his face. And this there camera flashes off his face, makes him look white as a ghost. Them there Twitter users posted the picture and Flashback Mary was reborn. James tweeted out, "Oh no, we are not..." The hell was that? The hell was that? "Oh no, we are not doing this again." Clearly he is not a fan of being a Flashback Mary boy. I tell you, in all my life, I never seen cheeks smoother than this boy's cheeks. Not a single razor bump in sight. One of the most impressive feats I ever seen since I saw a horse lasso another horse. Never clear why that happened. Why would a horse need to lasso another horse? It's not natural. It's not what nature intends. But my God, it was beautiful. I'm gonna ride off now into the sunset and let your posh there Englishman return to the show. Giddy up. God damn it, come on. This is so slow. Hi everyone, it's me, Benedict. I had to leave the room for a second. Was there like someone else here with like a perfect cowboy voice? Must have been my cousin or something. 5 years of drama school, 3 years of dance, right? Thousands of pounds I paid, and not a single penny was wasted. Do you remember when this used to be a news show? Me neither. So the YEE stands for yes, and the HAW stands for horse, because you're saying, yes, horses. I agree with that. Now it's time for YouTuber Watch, the section of the show where I focus in on one YouTuber and tell you what they got up to this week. And we do a different YouTuber every week. We've been over these rules 1,000 times. These are ironclad rules. We never cover the same YouTuber twice. This week, it's Dan Howell, with some YeeHaw flavor. Howdy, welcome to Dan Howell Watch. My name is Cowboy. What did Dan get up to this week? Well, Dan was out there on the range trying to find himself some dinner by killing an antelope. And so he was riding along with his horse with his lasso in the air doing this the whole time. And then as he was cresting a hill and he looked over across the mighty savannah of the wild west, he saw himself something glinting in the sun. What on earth is that? Said Dan Howell in his famous voice. My God, I gotta stop smoking all these many cigarillos. I am wasting away. But I believe I can see down there something glinting in the sun. Possibly some kind of old weapon, like some kind of long knife or something, or like a long spear, or I don't know, extended dagger. I can't really put a word to it. And he decided to ride down and see exactly what this man was and what that shiny thing was upon his their hip. So he got there and he said, "Excuse me, sir, excuse me. My name's Dan Howell. I was just wondering what was that there thing upon your hip there, sir. I can't make head nor even in fact tail of it." And the man turned and he had a wry smile and he said, "Sir, I do believe you have made a grave mistake there, sir. For upon my hip is none other than a sword, which I am going now to use to kill you. For I am a criminal man who does crimes." "Oh, good lordy lord," said Dan. I don't know what to do." Then he died. This has been Dan Howell Watch. Tentative applause for that episode of Dan Howell Watch. I've never had Cowboy host the show before. I don't know if he's the best storyteller. I mean, I feel like that story spiraled out of control almost immediately and never regained control, but it doesn't really matter because as we've established, we will never cover Dan Howell again. We never cover the same YouTuber twice. So say bye-bye Dan, bye-bye, bye Dan, because you'll never see him again. He is effectively as dead to us as he is in that story, and that is a historical story, so rip. I'm Benedict Townsend. This has been YouTuber News, which airs every week on Snapchat Discover and on YouTube, where we've had a big shiny rebrand. So if you look at the show on YouTube, it's now called YouTuber News and got shiny logos, and it's beautiful. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, no matter what platform you're on, so that you can get episodes the second they come out. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, maybe share it with your friends. And if you've hated today's episode, maybe share it with your most sworn enemies. I'll be back next week with more news, fun, japes, locks, and of course, YeeHaw energy, and maybe Mr. Rap will be there as well. But hopefully not. I'll see you then, but not if I don't see you then first. Well, I'm gonna take my rat to the mug. Gonna give him a great big hug. I got my horses and my rat. That is that on that. Rat is matty black. And he's ready to attack. Riding on a rat. Don't get much better than that. He's got his little teeth and his tail in the back. Thank you, thank you. You know, Ratty, everybody's always saying to me, YeeHaw. No one ever said to me, Haw yee.